We're here on day one of the 2014 NCAA Division II Super Region 3 Championships. I'm now joined by Scott Varner of Northeastern State University. Scott, just tell me a little bit about how the course played today.
You know, the conditions for scoring were very favorable today. The weather was perfect. The golf course is solid. It's good. It's in good shape, particularly considering it hadn't been open long. And you know, bent grass greens we're used to in Oklahoma. We go south of us, you get Bermuda, so it was right up our wheelhouse for the most part. Again, very good scoring conditions. Like the golf course, thought it played fairly easy today for, you know, as far as this golf course could, because it could play pretty hard with a little wind.
Sure. What do you feel is the best way to attack this course?
You know, it's just understand that par is a good score, and fairways and greens, literally, and more greens than fairways. The fairways are pretty wide. It's pretty forgiving off the tee compared to courses we've played lately, so our kids kind of feel like they can bomb and gouge a little bit. But ultimately, you know, it's got good length to it. It's got a lot of elevation change, and you just got to hit greens in regulation. You got to score when you get around the greens, and the greens are good, so ideally you should score.
Sure. Were there any holes that caused any particular difficulties for New Year players?
You know, the front nine was nothing really out of particular, nothing that we didn't, you know, self-destruct on our own. 15 and 16 were a pretty tough swing of holes for us, and they're pretty good holes, frankly. 15, in my opinion, was probably the hardest hole, at least for our golf team out there, even before we played it. I would have said that. It's pretty tight off the tee. It's got good length to it, and you got an elevated green, and it caused us some problems today. We threw away some shots there. That's really, I think we were kind of leading the tournament up until that swing of holes, and we fell back a little bit at that point. But yeah, those two holes. Okay.
And was there anyone from your team that really stood out to you today?
Well, obviously we were pretty solid through 4 people, but on our team, our 3 girls at the back end of our lineup played rock solid today. I was really proud of them. Brooke Allison, as much as anybody, shot 75 today. She's a kid that played for us a few years back. She just came back into the lineup this spring for us. She struggled, and she was a good player several years ago when she played, and she finally, this is kind of a coming out party, and couldn't have been at a more opportune time. We desperately needed her because our 2-bag, Sophia, who we have counted on greatly up to this point in the season, who's been rock solid for us, struggled today. In fact, we threw her score out. Then you throw Brooke in with a 75, Arizona Chin with a solid 76, Kayla, our 5-bag, at a 79, who is historically, her scoring average is around 84.5, so 79 was stepping up. But the key was, with the pressure on, to keep us into the tournament, you know, you don't win the tournament the first round, but you can sure lose it. Mm-hmm. And they kept us in it. You know, with Sophia being thrown out, they kept us in it. And then Bailey Price, I don't ever want to take her for granted. She's our 1-bag, she's our stud, she's rock solid, and she was rock solid today again. So, but the key for us was the bottom end of the lineup, 3, 4, and 5-bags, all shooting 75, 76, 79. That was the difference of what kept us in this tournament in the first round, and that's all we want to do in the first round.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the tournament.
You bet.
All right.
Thank you.
That's all. Thanks.